So I was at work, and one of my coworkers comes in and she asked me, are you dating a black girl? And I said, yeah, why? And she said, I think she's in front of the job throwing all your clothes on the floor. And I said, what? So I walked to the front.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I walked to the front of the job. I opened the door, and all my clothes was on the sidewalk. You know, I picked up all my clothes. I went inside the company, and everybody was there pointing and laughing at me. She was obviously trying to embarrass me over little things.
Ms. Scott, why did you do that?
When it was payday, I wouldn't see him because he was too busy spending his money where he wanted to spend his money at. So I got tired of it. I said, if you can't come home, then you don't be here. So yeah, I got all this stuff. It's dirty clothes, it's toothpaste and everything, and threw it in front of the job.
She could at least
now,
call
Ms.
me.
Scott,
Miss
Scott, let me ask you. You know
Yes.
that was childish and stupid, right?
Very much.
It was. That's
we
why I
both
went
know
back
that.
and picked him up. So I felt bad because, you know, I go down back to the job. He got this big box full of clothes, and I knew he had to take the bus home, so I went back and picked him up.
Yeah, because that was pitiful and sad
Your
on
Honor,
your part.
Yeah.
Mr. Torres, you say she gets mad over the smallest of issues. Why don't you give me an example of some small issue she became enraged
The smallest issue, and that escalated extremely to an epic level, I was eating breakfast on the table with my kids.
Right.
And we was having pancakes, and I opened a new jar of jelly. And as I'm putting the strawberry jam on the pancake, she comes in and she's looking at us, and she's looking at me, and she's like, oh, you're inconsiderate. And I'm like, for what? I don't understand. She's like, you have to open a new jar of jelly. There's one in the fridge. After that point, she didn't talk to me for almost 2 weeks. I would come home, and she would just walk around. She ignored me like I didn't even existed over a jar of jelly.
I'm pretty sure
Hang on. Ms. Scott, did you actually not speak to the man for 2 weeks because
Yeah, I
he
did.
opened a jar of jelly when there was already one in the fridge?
I did, because he just goes into the kitchen and just opens stuff up. And it's like, why don't you open the refrigerator first and see what's in there?
That's not a reason
before
why
you
not to
start...
talk to me for 2 weeks.
I'm
That's
pretty
too
sure
much.
it was something else.
Mr. Torres.
It's always something else with you.
Ms. Scott. He's
Okay.
got liquor as an excuse. What's yours?